Hello, Facebook friends, hello. Hello, Facebook friends, hello. I'm feeling real silly, so let's start the show. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Bardo-bo-pa-pa. There you go, that's it. I had a really good day today. It was colder outside than I wanted it to be. I looked outside and I thought, oh, looks really warm. And then I just saw a squirrel run by there. Focus, you must focus. And then Wee Beast and I had to go deliver some of the shirts and things like that to do. And then, yeah, that was it. That was about it. We did some work outside, did some work in the shop. Yep. Ryder, how are you, buddy? You're eating your grapes and waiting for his apple. Well, that's awesome. Good to see you there. You got new shoes. I need new shoes because mine have holes in them. And, pardon me, and it is time to get new shoes. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe I can borrow your shoes, Ryder. Do you think maybe they'll fit? I'm not sure. Let's read a couple books, shall we? Couple books. Dr. Zeus, what pet should we get?
Did you sing your song?
I sang my song.
Did you?
You got your headphones in. You don't need to pay attention to this.
Out.
Miss Christie's here, by the way. Miss Christie's here, by the way. She's not. She goes, did you sing your song? And she's got her headphones in. She's like, see, this is what I see. I got the book like this, and she's going, but she's not saying it loud. She's like, did you sing your song? I'm like, yes, I sang my song. She's like, oh, okay. She doesn't even have headphones in. She just puts her thumbs in and goes. She's like that little bobblehead that's in the car. That's when I'll ask you. That's right. We have a little bobblehead in the car. I can ask you. I can say I should get a little Miss Christie bobblehead like that, and then have it in the car. And then when we go over bumps, I go, "Can we have a puppy?" You'll go. Can we have a bobblehead?
No.
Can we have a puppy?
No.
You're just saying no to everything?
Yes.
Well, we're going to read a book called What Pet Should We Get? Did you read your song? Did you sing your song? I did. What Pet Can You Get? By Dr. Zeus. I had never seen this one before. It's rare that I don't see a... we haven't seen a Dr. Zeus. And then we're going to read Goodnight, Goon, which is a takeoff of Goodnight Moon. And it's kind of silly. Hey, Miss Christie, you should see this picture. Here, look. Oh, that was really loud. Sorry. Oh, she has her headphones and she didn't hear anything. Oh, that was really loud. Holy smokes, I didn't think it was going to be that loud. Well, hey, Renee, how are you? And Danica, Uncle Tess says hi. Let's read the book that we're going to... Oh. Stop it. You're using your mind to make me poke myself in my eyeballs.
Yes, I am.
Stop it. How come you could hear that, but you couldn't hear me singing my song?
It wasn't necessarily that I couldn't hear you. It might have been just I was zoned out.
Every time I ask her for something, she's like zoned right out. I'm like, hey, I'm bleeding. I'm going to take the jacket off to put it over.
I have to take a vacation when I can.
Take a vacation in your head.
That's what I was doing.
Lots of room in there. There's things I should just say in my head. This book is called What Pet Should I Get by Dr. Zeus, and it's from Random House. Random House, thank you so much for letting me read this book. This is 2015, but it can't be. This must be this edition. I don't know when he wrote this, a long time ago. We want a pet. We want a pet. What kind of pet should we get? What kind of pet should they get? Dad said we could have one, and Dad said he would pay. So I went to the pet shop. I went there with Kay. And so we went in. I want a puppy. I took one fast look. I saw a fine dog, and whose hand shook hand. My brain is just like... Blah, blah, blah. I took one fast look. I saw a fine dog who's shook hands, so we shook. I want him. My goodness, my brain is not working. So I said, I want him. That's what it is. But then Kay saw a cat. She gave it a pat. And she said, well, I want that. Then Kay said, whoa, the words are not coming early with me today. You know what I need? I think I need to have some word. I think my words are stuck in here. Let's try it. Oh, there you go. That was not good. There. Now let's see if that works again. Let's not start from the beginning, but let's start where I made a mistake. I took one fast look. I saw a fine dog who's shook hands, so we shook. That doesn't make sense to me. So I said, I want him. But then Kay saw a cat and gave it a pat. And she said, I want that. Then Kay said, now what do you think we should do? Dad said, pick one. We cannot take home two. There, I made it through the page. Sometimes it's just little victories. Then what do you know? We saw two other kinds. Now how could Kay and I make up our minds? A pup and a kitten. They look like fun. Now which would we pick? We could pick only one. The cat or the dog, the kitten or the pup. Oh boy, this is something I had to make a mind up. Look at this, like, make up your mind. Make up your mind. Sometimes my mind gets like that. I can't make any decisions because there's too many choices. Have you ever been to a restaurant and the menu has like 75 choices? And I just like, I don't know what I want. I need a menu with pictures. That's what I need. Not only to color, but to see. That sort of stuff. My mind gets like that. Then I looked all around. I saw something with wings. I said, look at him. We could pick one that sings. Then, look over here, said my sister Kay. We can go home with a rabbit today. Well, they are delicious. Well, rabbits just come to our yard. Then I looked at Kay. I said, what will we do? I like all the pets I see, and so do you. We have to pick one pet and pick it out soon. You know, Mother told us to be back by noon. Uh-oh. So now they got to pick a pet on a schedule. And I could have done it. I bet. I could have said, what pet should we get? But, you know what Kay did? No, I don't. You know what Kay did. Do you know what she did? She said, fish, 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 fish. It may be a fish is the pet that we wish. They're harder to take for walks. Then I saw a new kind. And they were good too. How could I pick one? Now what should we do? We could only pick one. That is what Dad said. Oh, how could I make up that mind in my head? There's all kinds of, look at that, just getting overwhelmed by the monkeys. You know what, when I was a kid, monkeys were almost in every pet store. Pick a pet fast. Pick one out soon. Mom and Dad said to be home by noon. Make up your mind. Make up your mind. The time may be now to make up my mind, but who knows what other good pets I might find. I might find a new one, a fast kind of thing, who would fly around my head in a ring on a string. But that would be fun. But our house is too small. This thing on a string would go bump into a wall. My mother, I know, would not like that at all. So maybe some other kind of pet. Another kind maybe is what we should get. We might find a new kind, a pet who is tall. A tall pet who fits into a space that is small. My mother might like that. This pet, most of all. A giant pet like that lives under the desk, which is fine until you forget the pet is there and then live under the desk and then... What? If we had a big tent, then we would be able to take home a yent. Dad would like us to have a good yent, but how do I know he would pay for a tent? So you see how it is when you pick out a pet. How can you make up your mind what to get? But I'd like a yet. That looks like it would protect the house. It's a big, massive yet. Yent. Sorry, I said yet. Yet. Add an N. No. What if we took one of each kind of pet? Then our house would be full of the pets we would get. Nope. Dad would be mad. We can only have one. If we do not choose, we will end up with none. It's a lot of pets. I will do it right now. I will do what I said. I will make up my mind that is up in my head. The dog or the rabbit or the fish or the cat. I picked one out fast, and then that was that. Oh, he's got something in there. What does he have? And that's the end of the book. It doesn't say what animal they got. Well, that's kind of a ripoff. What do you think he got? Do you think he got a cat? Or a puppy? Could we get a puppy?
No.
If I was in a Dr. Seuss book, I would get a puppy. Yeah. I think he got a puppy or a yent or a fish or a turtle. I don't know. I kind of feel a little ripped off. I don't know what he got. There's some... That's all. Well, you know what? Today is 50 days of reading books to you. 50 days. Tonight was 50 days. And this is book number 188. And this is book number 189. Woo! Yeah! So that's what it was. Now we're going to read Goodnight, Goon, which is kind of like Goodnight Moon, but it looks scarier. This book is by Michael Rex. And it is by Penguin Random House. So Penguin Random House, thank you very much for letting me read Goodnight, Goon. That's the voice I'll use, eh? That's a good one. In a cold grey tomb, there was a gravestone and a black lagoon and a picture of... That's all. And then this picture, a picture of... Martians taking over the moon. And there were 3 little mummies rubbing their tummies. I almost forgot to show you the pictures. Martians taking over the moon. And 3 little mummies rubbing their tummies. And 2 hairy claws in a big set of jaws. And a loud screechy bat. And a big black hat. I just realized that the mummies were rubbing their tummies because they ate the explorer guy. That's Dorito the Explorer. There's a picture of a skull and a shoe and the pot full of goo. And a hairy old werewolf who's hollering... Boo. Boo. Good night, Tomb. Everything that's scary is in this kid's house. Good night, Goon. Good night, Martians, taking over the moon. Good night, Bones and Black Lagoon. Good night, mummies. And good night, tummies. Good night, claws. And good night, jaws. Good night, moans and good night, groans. Good night, moans. Good night, groans.
Makes it look like the ghosts are flying backwards.
Yeah. Good night, screechy bat. And good night, hat. Good night, hat. Oh, he's turning into from a bat into a vampire. Good night, skull, and good night, shoe. Good night, skull, and good night. If the shoe doesn't, oh, that must be Frankenstein's. Good night, shoe. Maybe that's Ryder's new shoe. Good night, creature. Good night. Oh, he took the shoe back. I was right. And good night, goo. Good night to the werewolf, hollering, boo.
Would be more like a boo.
Boo. Good night, you. Get under there. Good night, you. Get under there. Good night, monsters. Everywhere. Good night, monsters. Everywhere. Well, that was a very silly book. Well, that was Goodnight, Goon. Oh, I guess even monsters need to go to sleep, eh? Oh, that's a silly book. That was a silly book. Well, I've had a silly time with you, too. I hope you had a silly time with me. I liked being silly. Oh, so take the time to get yourself, your brain a little calm in with the and out, and then in and out, and get your brain calm and get ready for bed and get ready for sleep and things like that. And make sure that you review your day in your head and go, okay, did I have a good day? Was I the best version of me that I could be? That's only a question you can answer, right? Because we were talking about before, and we talk about each and every time that you have to own your emotions and be proud of having those emotions. It doesn't matter what the emotions are. You can be happy, you can be silly, you can be afraid, right? You can be any of those things, but you have to own the emotions. And remember, it's okay to get mad, it's okay to be sad, and it's okay not to be happy with the people around you, because sometimes that'll just happen. But you have to be three things. What is it? A, B, K. Always be kind. Always be kind. Be kind. Be kind. And then, if you're always kind, that means you're being the best version of yourself that you can be, right? Because you want to be you. You don't want to be anybody else. Nobody else can be you except for you. And then, if you're not the best version of yourself, then you just have to apologize. That's all it is. Because we don't want you to be perfect. We do not need you to be perfect at all. Like Justin and Kateri and Ryder, who's out there, they all know they don't have to be perfect. Nobody needs you to be perfect. Nope. Because remember, in my world and Miss Christie's world and your world, and all that you say and all that you do, you never have to be perfect. You've just got to be you. That's all you have to be. To be you. Have yourself a good sleep. Lots of love from Miss Christie and I. And I will talk to you soon. Good night, Facebook friends. Good night. Good night, Facebook friends. Good night. May your dreams be cheery and your dreams be bright. Good night, Facebook friends. Good night. Sleep tight, Facebook friends. Sleep tight. Sleep tight, Facebook friends, sleep tight. May your dreams be so silly till that morning light. Good night, Facebook friends. Good night. Good night, Lewis. Good night, Sean. I just saw you popped on. Lots of love to you guys. Have yourself a good sleep. Oh, and take the time to tell the people around you just how much you love and enjoy them. Good night.